Thank you. Welcome. Cuba que pasa. Nice, man. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Cubano de verdad. Cuba is truth. Nice, man. Welcome. Welcome. This is episode 35 of the Nooner. I am your host, David Bradley. Collar's all jacked up. Bill showed up, right on time as always. There's a minion here. Holy smoking daisies. Thank you, minion. Thank you for the restreams, everybody. Welcome. Let me bring this volume down a little bit here. How's everybody doing this afternoon? It's 12 o'clock noon on the West Coast. How's everybody doing this afternoon? It's 12 o'clock noon on the West Coast, or the left coast, as some people call it. We're here in sunny California. This is the Nooner. My name is David Bradley. I am your host of the Nooner. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, I'm rolling in here and talking about, I'm dropping some noontime nuggets about either sales, business, or life. And today we're going to be talking about how to create more. So before I get too deep into that, Cuba que pasa, I am doing fantastic. Today is an amazing day, and it's a beautiful day here on the West Coast. It's awesome out here. We got a nice warm breeze coming in. Yesterday, because of that earthquake in Chile, we had a little bit of a tsunami or a storm surge down here. I live on the coast, and it's funny because it was maybe like a foot. Not a lot happened. Sometime later today, I will be probably running down to the beach, getting a beach chair, putting it on its side, and making a little meme about, Tsunami Morro Bay 2015, we will rebuild. So not a lot happened, but it was pretty cool. About like 4 o'clock in the morning, I got up to go to the bathroom, and I looked out, and I could see all these boats out on the water. So they came out of the harbor because they knew that if it got ugly, it came in, and boats would be bouncing off each other and stuff. So they just got out of there. So it's pretty interesting. So I'm doing very, very well. Thanks for asking. So today we're going to be talking about, hey, how to create more. Now I'm going to break that title down for you because first and foremost, as you know, I'm sales and marketing manager with Grant Cardone. We talk a lot about being at cause for what happens in your life. Okay, and another influence on me has been Wayne Dyer, and he talks about, in his book, The Power of Intention, you want to co-create your world. So you literally everything that happens to you is a creation of yours. Does that make sense? So, and if it doesn't, then start really working at getting your head around, hey, everything that happens to me is because of me. I've created it. So if you want more of something in your life, you literally have to create it. So we're going to be talking about a formula that Grant put together on quite literally how to go about creating that formula. I know Marco knows the more formula, so hopefully you can help me out with that today as we go through it. So let me just get some introductions out of the way. Again, I'm David Bradley. I'm a sales and marketing manager with Grant Cardone. I've been doing that since March of 2011. Grant's material took me from barely surviving in sales to thriving in it and helped me accomplish things I didn't even think were possible. And so when I got an opportunity to give that to other people, I'm all in. So if there's something we can do for you in your business, please feel free to reach out. What we do, we go into companies and we help increase production by 15 to 30% simply by helping them find and then handle missed opportunity. So if you've got some opportunity that's out there that you feel like might be slipping out, we're actually going to talk a little bit about that today. So if you've got some opportunity that you feel like you're missing and you just can't quite put your finger on it and how to handle it, reach out to me. My name is David Bradley. You can get me at 310-777-0352. You can email me, david@grantcardone.com. I'm happy to help. 75% of what we do here is 100% free. We got some products that wouldn't cost you a dime, and they're absolutely positively amazing to get you on that track. We do have some stuff that costs money as well, and we can help you with that too. My other claim to fame, number 2 about me, is I'm the author of a book called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. Great book. You can check it out at stopdon'tquit.com. This book has helped countless people finally kick the habit. So if you're one of those people who you've tried to quit smoking multiple times and you just haven't quite got there yet, but you're tired of giving up control over your life to nicotine, that book will do it. I smoked for 15 years, could not figure it out. Finally had this epiphany, came to this realization, put it into practice, and it worked. Cold turkey, no need for patches or vaping or gum or drugs, just me, my brain. And you can totally do that too. So that book shows you how to do it. Third thing is I'm the founder of a hashtag called RichMansGym. This is home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. You exercise for more than just a six-pack. You exercise for more than just to look good naked. You do that to build a stronger body, but through the course of that, you become stronger in mind and in your spirit as well, if you do it right. So that's what Rich Man's Gym's all about. I'm working on a book on that, and I'll keep you in the loop on that. So let's dig into this thing. Speaking of more, okay? Who wants more? And if you haven't grabbed a notepad yet or something to take notes on, please do so. And if you're watching the rerun, I put reruns of these up on YouTube. There's a playlist over there at youtube.com/Cardone Solutions. The Nooner is the name of the playlist. So if you're watching this, pause the video for a second. Go grab a legal pad. Go get some paper. I want you to take notes today. Okay. So if you need to do that now. And think about this for a second. Like, what is more for you? Do you want more in your life? Now, the thing is, the first thing I want to cover, and because I've had this struggle, okay, more is not a bad thing. Because there's a pretty good chance that somewhere in the back of your head, you had some interesting words pop in there when you start thinking about more, right? Now, Bill, you're in the UK. One of my favorite musicals as a kid was Oliver, right? Remember the little Oliver going up to the orphan, you know, please, sir, I want some more, right? And then the guy was like, more, right? Big freak out, and they did this whole song on more, right? And like, it implies greed. It implies it's like it's a negative thing. But I got to tell you, more is not bad. And, you know, so maybe the first thing you want to do is you start thinking like, hey, I want more of whatever that may be. Maybe there's something back there that's like talking you out of it because somewhere along the line somebody convinced you that more is bad, right? Bill, how was my accent? Was it good? Please, sir, I want some more. Is it good? Good? I've watched a lot of Harry Potter. All right. Anyway, so I'll stop screwing around. More. This is anything, okay? This isn't just a money issue, okay? This isn't just money. This is more friends. This is more muscle. This is more a more bigger, greater spiritual connection with your God, whoever that may be. This is more of anything that you want it to be, more love. You want more love in your life. This formula will get you there, right? What did you think of when I said more? What was the first thing that popped in there, right? A lot of people go right to money. But, you know, I was running a sales meeting today, earlier this morning. I think a few of you were on it, where we talked a little bit about what success is, and I'll dig into that in a minute. But, you know, it was interesting because nobody really brought up money. Their ideas of success really didn't have a lot to do with that. So we'll dig into that in a minute. But the history on the more formula, in case you're wondering, is I think almost maybe 2 years ago now, Grant was working with a group, sales professionals, a sales team, and the manager and the leader of that group went in there and said, Grant's like, hey, what are you guys working on? He goes, hey, you know what, Grant? Everything's dialed in. We're doing very, very well. But we want more. How do we get it? How do we get more? Like, we're doing really well. Processes in play. Everybody's pumped up. How do we get more? So Grant puts his formula together. So I'm going to go over that with you. Before you look at it, though, there are probably 3 key elements that are in your way right now that are already stopping you from getting more. And I kind of touched on it a second ago, but let's look at the 3. So the first 3 things that prevent anybody from having more. This is why I wanted you to take notes. So, and that's why I've just been yapping so you can get time to do that. Who just popped in here? Junior. Don't let information be confused with wisdom. Hey, Junior, I love that quote, man. That's nice. Thank you for being here and welcome. Hey, and a restream, it looks like. So there's 3 things that are in your way right now if you want more, okay? The first is competition. The second is missed opportunity. And the third is the acceptance of average. So again, remember earlier I was saying this applies to all areas of life. This is more muscle, more connection with your God. This is more love. And let's use that as an example, right? So think about this. If you want more love in your relationship, maybe you're married, okay? I know that there may be a marriage family therapist watching this, if not live, later. So if you want more in your relationship, then you got to look at, hey, what are you in competition with right now for more love in your relationship or more love in your marriage? What are you competing with? Who are you competing with? That doesn't mean somebody's having an affair. It just means like what's distracting us from creating more in our relationship or in our lives. Okay, what are we competing against? Okay, and since we're using the relationship as an example, where are you missing opportunities to be more loving? If you're in a relationship now, they're there, right? And I can think of multiple opportunities in my own relationship where I've had an opportunity to be more loving, and for mostly selfish, I'm in my own head, I missed it. Okay? But you got to be aware of it, right? Where have you settled for average? So the third thing was the acceptance of average. Where are you settling for average in your relationship? Okay, so that's so we're taking this, so we're doing sales, business, and life here, right? So that's like the life aspect of it, okay? But let's go back to business, right? So think about this for a second. So in addition to the guy down the street, so if the first thing that's in our way is competition. In addition to the dealer or the company or the product down the street, what else do you guys compete with? Because we all know that, you know, Acme Motors or Acme whatever widget company is competition, right? We're dealing with them. But what else, okay? Let's say if, for example, because I keep bringing up motors because I did a meeting with a bunch of car guys today. If you sell cars, in addition to the dealership down the street, who do you compete with? Okay, if you're in the solar business, in addition to the solar company down the street, who else do you compete with? You think a guy's going to put panels on his roof when he needs a new truck? When he needs a new water heater, he's like, water heater, solar panels, swimming pool, right? So you're in competition with other things, right? But you're also in competition with what? The media? Other sales team members, Bill says. Yep, you're in competition with your other sales team members for sure. Damn right you are. David Dorian Ross restreamed this. Thank you very much, and thank you for the like. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. So who else do you compete with? Other salespeople, the guy down the street, different product, okay? The media, right? You got Dave Ramsey, Sue Orman freaking people out, right? Jim Cramer's having a heart attack talking about the stock market blowing up, right? All this crazy stuff that's happening in the world. The media is in a constant state of competing with you for your attitude and your income and the attention of your buyer. If you're in sales right now, what happens mid-March? I'm going to wait for my taxes. Can't do anything right now with taxes, right? And what's the media doing? They're blowing it up. Why does everybody get sick during flu season? The media brings it out, right? Okay, so you compete with the media. Candy Crush, Xbox. You compete with that. Facebook is competition, right? If you're not using the internet is using you. Follow? Okay. Your family who wants your time is competition. Yeah, that's right. Negative self-talk is competition. That little voice in the back of your head that tries to convince you. I nicknamed that voice in my head George McFly. Okay. The George McFly in the back of your head that tries to convince you that you're no good, that you can't do it, that you shouldn't take risks. Right? So that's your competition. Okay. The next thing is missed opportunity. So where is there opportunity in your business to create more? Okay, so when you want to start looking at where opportunity is missing, this is what I was saying earlier. This is where I'm going to touch on this. Okay, you want to literally like break down your cycle. Like, how many customers do you get in front of? How many customers are walking in your door if you've got a retail establishment? Okay, of those people, how many get a presentation? Of the people I'm in front of, how many people do I present my product to? Of the people that I present my product to, who gets a proposal? Right? How many times am I making? How many calls do I make a day? How many appointments am I setting? How many actually show up? How many of those lead to deals? I want to track all that stuff so I can look at where opportunity may be leaking out. And if you take one thing out of this, if you're not doing that already for your business, then how do you know what's working and what's not, right? So you got to start doing that so you can literally find this missed opportunity. And then the third thing is the acceptance of average, okay? Everybody has done this and will do it, okay? I've done it. I'll tell you a short story about when I was selling cars. It was like a Saturday night, and I got in early. I had a really good day. I sold 2 units, made some good money on those deals, okay? And it was 5 o'clock. So if you're in the car business, or if you're in like commission-based sales, on a Saturday, to get to work on time, get 2 really good deals, make a bunch of money, and leave on time is nothing shy of an act of God, right? It's miraculous, right? So when 5 o'clock rolled around and my shift was up and I wasn't with a customer, I'm like, I'm out. I got 2 deals. I made some money. I'm taking my wife to dinner. I'm out. See ya. And as I was leaving, right, I saw this guy looking at a vehicle and nobody had helped him yet. So you know what I did? I went right on by. I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm out, okay? The next day I found out that my nemesis, who will remain nameless right now, my nemesis sold that guy a car and made $1,500 commission on the deal. What was I doing? I was having a very expensive filet mignon with my wife. That was probably the most expensive filet mignon. That was a $1,500 steak. Follow? Okay? Because I had an average day. I could have had an amazing day, but I settled for average, and it cost me big. Okay? So those are one of those lessons that you learn where you're like, never again. Okay? All right, cool. So, again, who's your competition? Where are you missing opportunity? And the acceptance of average. Those are the things that stand between you and more. Okay? And that's in everything, not just sales. That's business and life. Okay? So here's the more formula. Biff. Bill says Biff. I love that movie. All right. Here's the more formula. You ready? Identify what is wanted. That's number 1. Number 2, identify what's in the way. 3, remove blocks. 4, add skill. All right? So let's break this down. You want more. More of what? So identify what's wanted. What do you want? And more importantly, while we're at it, let's throw some why in there. Okay, so after this stream, sit down and look at your notes. Write down, hey, what do I want and why? Why is key. Because if you're not dialed into your why, forget about it. Okay? Now, this is where it's going to get challenging. What's in the way? And since we're on the subject of why are you allowing it to be in your way? Remember? Everything that happens to me happens because of me. So if it's in your way, you're allowing it to be so. Damn it. I can't blame somebody else. Okay? That's where we go back to what I was talking about earlier, where missed opportunity. Okay? Where is the opportunity? What am I missing? Am I putting enough proposals out? Am I getting enough appointments? Right? So, how do you remove it? Now, blocks are 2 different things. Blocks are, or McFly, or your inner Biff, right? Pushing you down. Okay, those are your blocks. But there's more to it than that. Because number 4 is add skill, right? So identify what's wanted, what's in the way, remove blocks, add skill. So 3 and 4 is really about, it's about your brain. It's all about your head, okay? So that's where a program like Cardone University or Cardone On Demand comes into play. This is where you literally go to remove those blocks, add skill. Okay? And a lot of times just the addition of skill removes the blocks because you're like, I can do this. Okay? So you want to practice, you want to drill, and you want to rehearse, and you want to have it down so well that you're completely confident. Remember what we talked about? The definition of confidence was with trust. You need to be fully confident that you can handle it, okay? And when you've got high levels of confidence, the blocks go away, or at least they take a back seat, right? Because, Biff and McFly, they're not going away, right? You just need to turn the volume for Biff down and the volume for Marty up. I can't believe I'm doing this with Back to the Future references. It's awesome, okay? If Robert Wiseman, if you're on this, man, you're probably freaking out right now, right? Turn down Biff and George, turn up Marty, okay? That's how you remove the blocks. That's great. And you add skill, but you do that because you practice, you drill, and you rehearse. And the number one thing that we want to touch on at this point is responsibility. Remember, cause versus effect. You want to be a cause, not the effect of something else. Tony Lopez restreamed it. Thank you, Tony. So responsibility, you break that word down. I've talked about that too. It's your ability to respond. So what's happening around you? Those are blocks, but you can remove them because you're in charge of this. Okay, you're in charge of, and that's how you literally create more. Make sense? So when we go back to that call that I was on this morning with this group of guys, I catched it. So if you wanted to see it live, you can, the rerun, it's on catch right now. When I asked these guys to define success, like, hey, what is success? What does it mean to you? I got some really cool feedback from these guys. They said things like, hey, when the people around me are happy. That was the first thing that I heard. Another guy said, when I can work less and make more. That's a solid definition of success right there. When my family is happy. Wow. Growth. As the guy says, well, define success. He says success is growth. That's cool. Success is security and stability, one guy says. Okay. Success is freedom. Right? So look, those things that we look at is success that doesn't really have anything to do with like money. You got to have more. And you do, and it does come back to money, because true freedom is being able to do anything, go anywhere, that you don't have a limit. Okay? There's more than one way to do that. Okay? Homeless people are very free. Doesn't mean they're happy. Right? The same is going to be less over time, no matter what you do. Okay? Everybody else is going up and forward. Okay? You try and stay the same, at some point they're going to be up here, you're going to be down here. So you want more. Because if you're not going forwards, where are you going? Backwards. Stay the same? Flat line? It's okay to have ups and downs. You just need to trend up, like a stock chart. So look, the same is always going to be less over time no matter what you do. Okay, you want to, at this point, moving forward now, focus 100% on your potential. We've talked about this too. But now you know where you are. But you also know where you can be, what you're capable of. You truly know that. Deep down, we all do. Okay, so put your attention on that guy. Go for greatness in all areas. That's how I'm wrapping this thing up, okay? Because why? Your greatness. Don't fight it, right? So, what'd you hear today that you liked? What'd you get from this? Tweet that out to me. I'd love to get some good positive feedback from you after this stream. What was the one thing you heard me say that changed the perspective for you? What was something that clicked for you? Did you learn anything new? Were you reminded of something that you knew and you forgot, right? That happens to me all the time. All right? So, Monday, I'll be back. 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be dropping noontime nuggets about sales, business, and or life. If you've missed this, hold on. I'm taking us out funky. All right, so, hey, if you just tuned in and you want to get back to it again, check out youtube.com/Cardone Solutions. There's a playlist over there called The Nooner. All 35